Hey YouTube, how are you guys? So I just want to talk about this today. I know in this as soon as the it's becoming end of the year now, and I know a lot of people they have plans. They have plans to probably go somewhere, to travel, to probably go see family members, friends. I know a lot of times a lot of people they try to make travel plans. Like a lot of people going out for different holidays around this time to go spend time with their loved ones and their friends. But I also want you guys to be very mindful. Beware of your surroundings. I'm not sure where you guys are live at, but over here where I live, in this part of my city, I've seen a lot of people go missing. There's a lot of missing people in my area. You see, guys, be very careful in this day and time because you have a lot of trafficking and kidnappers going around. Always be watchful of your surroundings. If a lot of you people have kids, just please always watch over your kids. Try to keep an eye on them. Know who they my throat. Try to evaluate who they're hanging with, who their friends are. Try to be watchful if you're sending them to people's house. 'Cause I know a lot of times kids want to do sleepovers and try to hang out at school, try to go out with their friends. So just be mindful of where your kids are going. Be mindful of yourself as an adult. I know a lot of people, some of you guys probably work early in the morning. You probably got jobs you gotta go to. You probably gotta go out at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., and it's probably still dark outside. Many of you people, you probably leave your job at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Some people even work overnight. Just be very careful regardless of what time you're going out. Be careful in the daytime, morning, afternoon, evening, late at night, overnight. Just be careful. Even as you're going into your house, be careful because you have a lot of wicked people going around nowadays, and they're scoping people out. A lot of you have people who probably been scoping you out. You ever had like a bad feeling someone is walking behind you for too long, or someone just driving by you too long? Always be watch for that, guys. Beware of your surroundings because the devil has a lot of his minions, a lot of his wicked people going around trying to harm innocent people, trying to harm people who are just minding their own business. You see, a lot of times we watch news stories and people sometimes think that this not reality. People just be like, whatever, but no, guys, this stuff is reality. You have thousands of people in America and other countries that are missing. You have thousands and millions of people that are missing. People that just vanished without a trace to never be seen again. Nobody knows where they are to this day. People have been missing for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, more than that, and they've never been found. No body, no idea where they went. They were just last seen at a certain place, and that was it. So please be careful, you guys. Please be careful who you're going out with, who your friends are. Even be careful on some family members, because some family members can't be trusted. Be very careful of who you choose to associate yourself with. Be very careful as you go out. Even be careful as you're coming home. Keep an eye on your surroundings. As you're driving, always peep into your rearview mirror every few seconds. Me personally, that's what I do. Every few minutes or so, I just look into my rearview mirror, just take a quick glance. Because sometimes people may be following you guys, don't even know it. Me, I'm watchful. If I see a car keep following me for too long or keep making the same turns as me, always keep an eye on that. Like for example, if I see a car making like the same for me like four turns in a row as me, I'm very watchful of that. Not even four sometimes. Really, my rule is like three. If I see a car make like three turns as me, I'm definitely watching them. I'm gonna try to lose them some type of way. Try to speed up, try to keep turning and lose them. But me, I'm always keeping an eye out. So I advise you guys to do the same thing. Always keep an eye out because around, especially this end of the year, you have wicked people, especially around this Halloween time. I know you have a lot of people who call yourself Christians. You try to celebrate this holiday. Well, if you read into this holiday, you know this holiday is very demonic. Halloween is very demonic. The holiday it goes back to Day of the Dead. It goes back to idol. It goes back to worshiping the dead, which is demonic. God never told you to do that. And Halloween is also used to be classified as the devil's birthday. Now think about it. How can you call yourself a child of God and talk about you celebrating a holiday called the devil's holiday? It's sick. It's not right. It's not something you should ever be doing, calling yourself a follower of Christ, and you're celebrating something that has to do with evil. Look, you're putting up stuff of demons and skeletons, and you want to try to celebrate that. But this Halloween stuff, that's just, I'm going to do that in our video. But please, guys, be careful of your surroundings. Be very watchful of where you're going. Be very careful of going out early in the morning or going out late. I know we all have jobs to do because we all have to pay bills. We have to, feed our family and put food on the table. And, we just have to use our money to buy like stuff like clothes for ourselves. But at the end of the day, guys, don't risk your life for nobody. Because at the end of the day, many of these places that you guys work for don't even care about you. Because God forbid anything happens to you, think these jobs are going to care about you? You think they're gonna put money on the table for your family? They gonna go out and support your family? Most definitely not. So please be careful, guys, of be going out and just be careful who you're associating yourself with. Because, like I stated, you have millions of people missing; they never been found. I pray that that's never you guys' portion. You see, always do whenever you go out, always try to pray before you leave. Ask for God to send His angels of protection. Ask for God's hand to be over you because it's crazy out here. Especially nowadays, you have the sex trafficking that's big nowadays. People are kidnapping people and selling them off in return for money. And then you have people selling up people's body parts on the black market. You have people who are selling people, prostituting them like they're prostitutes. Innocent people too who don't even ever trouble nobody. And also, many times people go missing because who they're associated with. Sometimes you might have family members who are setting you up. You might have loved ones who are setting you up. You might have your so-called friends who are trying to set you up. You have people to where they drive around different neighborhoods and they scope out people's house and they try to map out your schedule. See, that's why it's always be careful, guys, of always trying to have too much of the same routine because sometimes people try to imitate your routine to know when they could get you. Like for example, if you always leaving and you drive on the same road at 7 p.m. every day, you be careful of that because you never know who might be watching you. Because you've been driving at 7 p.m. on the same road for 1 year straight, and then you might have a criminal who watching you saying, look, he or she or so and so they keep driving this road at 7 p.m. You know what? We're gonna try to catch them tomorrow. That's how a lot of wicked people think. That's how a lot of criminals think. They try to map you out. A lot of you have people who probably watching you. There's probably criminals who watching you, saying, "Look, they leave at 6 a.m. every morning to go to work. So guess what? 7 a.m. 1 hour after they're gone, we break in, take the stuff and bounce." Be also, guys, just please always try to like mix up your routine. Like me personally, I take different roads. Like one day I might drive on this road, the next day I might take the highway. One day I might drive on, for example, a street that says 110th Street. Next day I might take 120th Street. Next day I might take the highway. It's not about being fearless, but it's about using wisdom. Because God gave us wisdom. You don't want to have to go through a God forbid a dangerous situation like someone coming after you because you know you want to be you want to be stubborn minded and not be aware of the stuff that's happening in this world. Remember, guys, until Jesus comes back, we're living in a dark world. We're living in a dark world. That of course God's gonna come back. He gonna conquer his world, and Jesus gonna take over and reign for 1,000 years. They gonna judge the world. But at the same time, as of right now, this is a dark world that we're in. A lot of wickedness is taking place. The book of Corinthians, yeah, I believe it's Corinthians, it states that Satan is the god of this world. I believe it's in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. So since Satan is in charge of this current world, of course he's not God Almighty, but you guys know what the scripture means when it says Satan is the god of this world. It means that so many people subject themselves to Satan that this wicked world that we're in, all the wickedness taking place, is coming straight from Satan. It's that people, what makes it worse is that people, they try to align themselves with Satan because a lot of people, they don't want to do righteousness. They don't want to live holy. They just want, a lot of people just want to make a quick come up nowadays. That's why you see people doing stuff like trafficking, kidnapping people for money, murder for a hire. People doing stuff like OnlyFans, people selling their body parts online to make millions of dollars because people looking for a quick coming because a lot of people they can't wait on God, so they try to do stuff their way and they try to live according to the devil as well, not God's will, but the devil's will. That's why you see a lot of this stuff happening these days and times. And the sad thing is nowadays people do almost anything for money. A lot of people. I think one time I saw a statistic. It was like a survey. It like stated it proposed a question to many people in America about if they were given $1 million, would they kill somebody? And like I think like over 20% people said yes. So that shows you a lot of people's mindset is that a lot of people they will do almost anything for money. That's why the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, because of course we need money to survive, and you need blessings because poverty is not of God. Poverty is straight from the devil. But still, a lot of people they would take anything. They would take drastic measures to ensure that they're rich, to ensure that they got money. That's why you see a lot of these Hollywood people selling their souls to the devil for fame and glory because they want a quick come up. A lot of people wait on God for too long for a lot of them. Because if you wait on God, it could take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, sometime more. But you see, a lot of people, they ain't got that patience. A lot of people just think it's me. I want to do what I want to do. I need it now. I don't care who I gotta go through to get it. So a lot of people they would resort to robbing, killing, murdering people for no reason, selling drugs, kidnap people for money because they're looking for a quick come up. It's not. It's all about themselves, and that's why we're in a cold world right now. That's why you guys need to be very careful. 'Cause I see numerous stories of people, for example, who are lottery winners, and guess as soon as they won the lottery, most of the time the same people who try to set them up to be killed or the same people who had them murdered or their own family members and friends. So be very mindful of the people you associate yourself with, because not every person who calls themselves your family member or your friend is truly your real family member or friend. Don't mean that they truly love you. Because a lot of people, as soon as you sprinkle money in front of their face, they start talking a different language. They forget everything that you've done for them. They forget loyalty. I know a lot of people are. A lot of people, they only, when they in the trenches with you, they have no problem, talk about they're your friend and all that. But as soon as they got opportunity, as soon as you dangle something in front of their face, they taking it. A lot of people don't care nowadays. So, like I said, when you guys are going out, just be mindful of your surroundings. If you're walking the street by yourself, like me, I was glance around. I was observing my surroundings. Observing your surroundings is actually a very good thing to do. There was a study done in jail one time. They say, oh, asking criminals how they map out their victims, and criminals are saying they base them on their body language. Like if a person walks with their head down and they look scared and they pay attention to their phone and not looking around, it shows that they're an easy person to get. And no matter how tall or how short you are, criminals said they're an easy person to get, whether they're 5 feet tall or 6 feet tall. Same the opposite with people who had good body language, like a person who was walking with their head up, chest out, they have a good posture about themselves, they're looking around, they look confident. No matter if they were 5 feet tall or 6 feet tall, majority of criminals in that same study said that they would not mess with them because they look like they can handle themselves. So when you guys are walking around, always walk with your head up. Don't just walk with your head into your phone and your head into the ground. Don't just walk. Don't just walk not paying attention. Always look around. You ain't gotta be looking around every second like no, just always like glance around, just pay attention to your surroundings. Keep your head up when you walk past people, make eye contact for a few seconds. You ain't gotta stare them down, but at least, like make eye contact, at least acknowledge that, you at least see them. Cause so that would keep a lot of potential predators away from you, especially if you're a woman or a child. Cause women or a child are main targets for a lot of for a lot of criminals, especially people like kidnappers. Not saying they don't do it to men either, but I know women and children are usually the main targets because they're usually much smaller and much easier to get to. So always just be mindful of your surrounding, guys, and always ask God to protect you, and always pray before you go out. Ask for God's angels of protection to be around you. Always check your car before you get in your car. Make sure that nobody put nothing in your car. Make sure there's nothing underneath your car. 'Cause I know they're doing a lot of stuff nowadays. I think like traffickers, they put like this white tissue in the cars, so if you grab it, it can make you pass out, or it could signal, or when you're driving with the white tissue in the piece of your car, it could signal to the traffickers that you're an easy victim to get. So be very mindful. Always observe your car. Observe your car. If you got a camera, get like a ring camera that'll show you when you're going out to make sure that there's the God forbid nobody hiding behind your house and nobody in front of your door. All those people at the hole when you're going out, and just get cameras in your house. So if you get a camera in your car, just be very mindful. I'm not telling you guys to be paranoid because fear is not of God, but just be smart. You don't want to fall a victim to the devil's schemes due to ignorance or just not knowing or just thinking you're too or just trying to be hard headed. Just always be mindful and just be smart. Have a blessed day, guys. Stay up.